All right, everyone, we are going to do the collective Wheel of the Year reading, which I have done in the past for you guys. I did this last year. This is kind of a sample of your version of the Wheel of the Year. As you can see, this year I got a tarot cloth with the astrology houses. So this is basically going to be where I'm going to position your cards, but I don't want you to get overly focused on that. Before we really get going, I just want to say, hey, I'm Mel from Mel's Divination. I'm the owner and the creator here. And sometimes we do tarot readings, we do witchcraft stuff, we do all kinds of things under the witchcraft, metaphysical, spiritual umbrella. And I am a tarot reader. So often I will run specials that are seasonal for my viewers. So today we're going to be doing this. If you're interested in booking an actual session with me, feel free to check out the tap link. It's the very first link at the top of my description box. And that will take you to my website and all the other things that I have going on. But today is just about the Wheel of the Year, okay? The way that this works is we draw 12 cards. 12 cards for the 12 months. Although there's the zodiac signs here, don't get confused about that. We're not really focused on that. This is just more for a spacing situation and also just to help with visuals, okay? So we are going to start with the first month of January 2024, and then we're going to look at each month. I'm going to pull all the cards first, and then I'm going to break it down. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to shuffle. This is what your video is going to look like if you do one. We're shuffling on camera, or calling in our guides, our ancestors, our team. Please help me hear what needs to be said and heard and experienced and known for the collective for 2024. Thank you for guiding us in this time and helping us hear the messages that are most important for right now. Now, I know this looks like it's a jumble, but that's on purpose. Okay. I do mix things up so that we have reversals and we have uprights. I do it on purpose so that they're all mixed together. Okay. All right. So now when I pull cards, I will wait until they jump out, and then I will pull each one. If more than one jumps out in a reasonable amount, we're not talking 7 here. I may take more than one per month, and we're going to start with January. Now the shuffling piece of this, I'm going to speed this up and add a little bit of music for you guys, because sometimes this can take me a little while waiting on spirit to be communicative. Okay, so we're going to start with January. We're going to go all the way around. January is going to be here for number 1. We're going to go all the way around, and then we will start the actual reading. bright. I think maybe I'll just keep him like that. All right, I'm going to readjust now that we have all these cards, and we're actually literally at 7 minutes of filming, so that's why sometimes I fast forward this part, but I do like you guys to be able to see me pulling all of the cards on camera so you can see how they came out. I'm going to just adjust this a little bit just for visuals, and then we'll pick right back up of the actual reading. All right, as you can see, I've kind of just adjusted things a little bit. It is kind of like the face of a clock, so I was struggling with like, okay, this is an upright, this is upright. Should I keep all the uprights facing, the heads of the uprights facing this way? So this is the first time I've used this tarot cloth. So let's talk about this for a minute. So we have this one, I'm going to stick it out. That one's December. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe I should pull it forward more then. This one is going to be our starting point, our January, okay? So that is where we're going to start. We have February with Knight of Cups. We have March with King of Swords. We have April with Eight of Cups. We have May with Page of Pentacles. We have June with Magician, and the Two of Wands came out together. July was Eight of Pentacles. August, we had three. We had Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands reversed, and 10 of Swords reversed. In September, we had the Seven of Swords reversed. In October, we had the Four of Swords. In November, we have the High Priestess. And then in December, we have the Fool reversed with the Page of Wands. All right. So that's just what we're looking at, what we're working with here, and what came out for the messages in general for the collective. So we're going to start with January. Okay, we're going to start with January. So I just zoomed in to make it a little bit easier because the last time I was holding the cards up to the camera, and that just, it caused a lot of zooming issues and all that kind of thing. So we're going to start with the Nine of Pentacles. Now, if you're familiar with the Nine of Pentacles, you may be thinking independence, you may be thinking lavish happiness. I feel like what's going on here, there's going to be, because this is a collective reading, it's not a reading that is geared towards one specific individual, which is why it's so important for you to get your personal wheel of the year if you're wanting to see the prediction for you personally. But what I'm getting overall is this is the energy we're stepping into the year with. So this is kind of like, I'm ready. I've done the work. I've worked hard because remember, before the Nine of Pentacles comes the Eight of Pentacles, actually, the hard worker. So it's kind of like I've done the work. I've worked hard. I'm ready to enjoy it. I'm ready to just stand around everything I've built and everything I've grown and just stare at it and appreciate it and be thankful. Notice all the yellow. Okay, there's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of joy, and this also tells me that this person, she doesn't need anybody. It's just her. It's everything that she's worked on. Is it gender specific? No. So none of this is gender specific, okay? But this is an individual energy of somebody that has worked hard to get to where they are, and they are thankful and they're happy and they're just sitting there in gratitude and they're looking forward to enjoying the luxury of what they've built. Now, does this mean that their work is completely done? No, not necessarily. However, it is a moment to take stock in and enjoy. So I do feel like in January, we've carried a little bit of that December energy from the previous year in with us. And a lot of us are like looking at how far we've come, being thankful for how far we've come, because yes, maybe we haven't made it as far as we were hoping, but we've made progress, and that's important. Looking back at the progress that has been made and validating that, and then kind of plotting out what comes next. So that's what I see there. That's what I see as far as that is concerned. Our next is the Knight of Cups, and that is in our February position. And I love this for us because Knight of Cups, it's very romantic based. Knight of Cups is very romantic based, right? And we do happen to have Valentine's Day in the month of February. But the other thing that I really am, because I've been looking ahead to the astrology a bit, and I did speak about that a little, and January's astro is coming out. At the end of January, we come out of all of the shadow periods, all of the planets are direct, and for a while, we're in direct forward movement. And I feel like this Knight of Cups, some of you, you may be going out on dates, you may be meeting new people, you may be offered things or offered words of love or words of affirmation of romance and confirming that somebody is interested. That could be a legitimate thing for some of you. For some of you, it's just enjoying the moment. Like, okay, we're finally moving forward and I am just really happy. So this is about being fulfilled and happy in the moment as well, but also just like taking a minute and enjoying things. So this is about loving life and really appreciating the journey of it. Next, we have King of Swords. Now, it gets a little bit trickier with King of Swords. This is in March. King of Swords isn't as gentle, it's not as nice, it's not as sweet. This is hard work. This is business matters. This is seeing the truth of things, cutting through the nonsense. It's getting serious. It could be some of you people are starting a business at this time, or it could be you're seeing the reality of something that you kind of had rose-colored glasses on for. It could be cutting ties with people. It could be putting up serious boundaries. It could be just being like, hey, no, that doesn't work for me. King of Swords speaks his truth. He's not cruel, but he's blunt and he's honest and he doesn't betray himself. So there's going to be a lot of things going on in that month of March that's going to be making you kind of have a little bit of an armor up and being a little bit on the defense. Now, then we move into April. April, we have the Eight of Cups. Now, a lot of people panic when they see the Eight of Cups. They're like, oh my God, there's going to be an ending. Eight of Cups does not necessarily mean that. When we break it down to its original meaning, it's really about just going in search of something more. So this imagery, these cups are behind this person and this person is starting to go on a journey, right? They're leaving these cups behind, but they're leaving these cups in search of something. And what they're searching for is usually an emotional connection of something. Could it be romantic? Sure, it could be. It doesn't have to be. It could be finding the excitement of life, finding your place in the world, finding your career path, figuring out what really makes you happy and where you need to go next. So this does not necessarily mean something bad is going to happen or something negative is going to happen or there's a breakup or an ending. Will that be a situation for some of you guys? Yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible because the collective is, tons of people. So is everybody not going to have a breakup? No, I'm not going to go there. April is also, when we get into April, it's also the beginning of retrograde season. All right, just to hop out for a second, we have January is the ending of retrograde season, and then we have February, March, and then towards the end of April, we begin retrograde season again. And then things start to shift a bit. So that could also be part of this Eight of Cups, going in searching of something, okay? All right, Page of Pentacles was what was next, and that is in May. And I feel that's really good energy. I feel like that's really aligned with the Taurus energy that happens in May, end of April or into May. It's about seeking. It's about looking for the next plan. Maybe it's an offering. It could be maybe somebody gives you something, or you could get a raise, or you could get messages about new exciting information, because this can mean that. It could also talk about education. Pages are undeveloped, underdeveloped, immature type of energy. And when I say immature, people think of immaturity like, oh, it's like junior high, they're immature. And that's not exactly what this represents. It's more of, it's the youngest in the court cards. It's not a king, it's not a queen. So there's a lot more to grow. There's a lot more to learn. There's a lot more to do. So this is sometimes a message of things coming. It can be a planning situation. It can be going back to school or getting educated in something and starting to invest and grow further. So it really depends for all of you, but it is a positive card of growth and movement forward. Now, the next one, we had the Two of Wands and the Magician, and that is in the month of June. Now, the Two of Wands could very well mean going on a trip. This could be planning a vacation or actually taking a vacation. It could even just be a few days away, a day, a night, an overnight. It doesn't necessarily mean like a 2-week vacation. This could be planning to move. This could be looking at places to move or actual moving. This could just be needing to make a choice, looking out around along the future and being like, yeah, I know I have to pick something, but I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So that could be what's going on. With the Magician in here, both of these cards are very positive. They're not negative cards at all. And the Magician is saying that you have the ability to manifest what you're looking for. So perhaps some of the things that you've already done this year, you're starting to see the fruits and the manifestations of that. Or it's saying, start thinking about your goals, start putting your energy into manifesting it, start really knowing that you control your outcome. Most of us feel like we're victims of circumstance, and that's not completely true. Is it true to some extent? Sure. But we have a lot of control over the decisions that we make, and then there's outcomes based on those decisions. So that's kind of what the Magician is saying here. It's like, remember, you have control to decide where you're going to go. So sit and really think about it. That's what's going on there. So that's for the month of June. Then we have July. Now, July could mean a lot of hard work for some people. It could also mean that you're going to be doing some fun activities. Maybe this is doing some stuff outside. Maybe this is exercising. Maybe this is landscaping or gardening. This could be continuing to further your education somehow, or really hustling to get yourself somewhere. Something is going to deserve and need and demand effort. This is my effort card. This is my work on it card. So this could be effort in even just a connection, a relationship or a friendship or a family connection. So it doesn't necessarily say, hey, you have to work. There's a lot of work, but work, effort, energy being extended, expanded, used. That is, to me, effort in some way, shape, or form. Now, when we look at the month of August, first we had the 10 of Swords reversed. Then we had the 7 of Wands reversed. Then we ended with the Ace of Wands of what came out. Okay, so to start with the overall message of these three put together, it feels like there's a shift that is happening in August. It feels like it's kind of like, okay, the hard part is over. The struggle is done. We're done fighting for things. We're done putting in so much work of not getting the equal replenishment or repayment or energy exchange, and new ideas and new exciting things are coming. So basically, it's sort of like this fresh beginning after all this hardship. Now, could the fresh beginning be at the end of August? Yeah, it could be. Or it could just be that they're saying, we know that you've had to come a long way, and here is the reward for that. Ace of Wands, no matter how you read it, is good. It's an offering of excitement. It's an offering of fun, of creativity, of something that you really enjoy. Can it be passion? Can it be? It is also passion. Now, passion, when people hear the word passion, especially in tarot readings, they're thinking physical passion, like sexual things. That's not necessarily the proper definition. Yes, physical activity is somewhat part of that, of passionate things, of course, but that's not the only thing. You can be passionate about your job. You can be passionate about a project or a hobby or a person that's not a romantic partner or a sexual partner. You can be passionate about animals. So it's not saying that you're going to have passion physically speaking specifically. It is saying, though, that there's going to be this excitement that's going to come in. I just wanted to zoom out for a second and show us the progress so you guys can see how far we've come so far and what we have to go for next. So we've done January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August. Now we have September, October, November, and December. So we have 4 more months to go through at this time. All right, so the month of September is the Seven of Swords reversed. And honestly, if we get the Seven of Swords in a reading, you want it to be in the reversal because people see Seven of Swords as a terrible card. It's not. It can be. It definitely can be. But just like any of the other cards, the context is very important. That's why I never just pull one card for a basic reading because it doesn't give you very much information. You got to read it. I read it as a story. So Seven of Swords reversed, standing all alone on its own, says things that have not been clear are coming to light. The stuff that was hidden, the stuff that wasn't obvious, the stuff that may have been lies, something comes to light. This could be a lot of different things. It could be somebody was hiding their feelings about you and it comes forward. This could be you lost something and you find it. This could be somebody tells you the truth about a secret that they've been keeping. It could be a bunch of different things. So it doesn't necessarily mean negative things. Can some secrets or things that are being hidden be negative? Yeah, just like anything. But secrets can also be really fun because maybe somebody's having a surprise party for you and that's a secret, or planning an engagement and that's a secret, or you know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily mean bad, okay? Next, we have the Four of Swords, and that is in the month of October. I like this card for October because this is when we start, our seasonal shift starts to happen. Although we have the fall equinox in September, it really doesn't start generally getting to be more of a shift and slowing down a little bit and a bit colder and feeling like fall until October, until later in October, really. We have Samhain at the end of the month, shifting into really starting to have the darker nights and the quiet times indoors and things like that. It is a time of reflection. It is a time of visiting spirits from the past and from the present and from the future. It is a time for divination and meditation. So I really like this for that month. It's basically just saying it's more of a quiet month, and that's okay. It's okay to have a quiet time. It's okay to sit and reflect. You don't have to be doing all the time. You don't have to be going all the time. Then we get to November. We have the High Priestess in November. Now, the High Priestess, I love how strong the High Priestess is. I love how aware she is, how she doesn't mess with anybody. She just knows. She just knows. She's independent. She's wise. She knows her stuff and she knows what she knows. I do feel like in the month of November, possibly because of the transition from Samhain into November, perhaps because we're getting closer and closer to the winter solstice, it's a time for also reflection. So it's another quiet time. High Priestess is listening to your intuition, listening to your guides, seeking out divination, meditating, reflecting, thinking. It's very air oriented. It's very thought oriented. It's also very grounded and balanced. So that is something that many of you may be working on at that time. And finally, in December, we wrap it up. We got the Fool reversed and then the Page of Wands. And it's kind of funny that the Fool reversed came out because the Fool reversed is like not starting over. So it's like, wait a minute, but December is the end of the year. So wouldn't we be starting over? And the Page of Wands is plotting a course, thinking about an adventure, thinking about where are we going to go next? Let's go do something fun. Let's do something exciting. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. So some of you might be traveling again, or maybe the move that I mentioned at about 6 months ago ends up happening. Maybe you don't get to travel because the Fool is reversed, and it's like, you don't get to do that right now. I do also feel like the Fool reversed for the end of the year is basically saying we're not going to have a repeat. We're not repeating things. Things are going to be different. We're not starting from scratch, because the Fool, when he's upright, he has no baggage. He has no fear. He has no past. He has no worries. He's just having a grand old time. Well, this is saying to me, we're not starting all over again. We're not starting our journey from the very beginning. We're going to move forward with the stuff that we've learned, that we've gained, that we've worked on, and those scars are to remain. That's the biggest thing that I get there. All right, so as we wrap up this video, this collective reading of the Wheel of the Year, so this is a month-by-month prediction of what the year will be for the collective in general. A couple of things to talk about. I am offering this reading, this special, individually for my viewers. Last year, I believe I charged $20.23. But this year I'm going to charge $24.24 because I realized how much work actually went into each video, and $20 really wasn't an equal energy exchange. So we're going to do $24.24. This is going to run through the entire month of January. It will end on February 1st. If for some reason you don't get to do this in January and you still want it, you can have the reading, but it won't be for the special price. It will be at my $70 for 15 minutes price. All right. So this, this compared to $70, $24.24 is an extremely reasonable deal. Okay. How do you order it? You email me. It is in my tap link, but it's also in the description box, and it is melsdivination@gmail.com. You let me know that you want this reading and you are going to send $24.24. You can send it to my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal. Let me know once you've sent that. All right. All those links, again, are in the tap link, in the first link in the description box. So if you're like, I don't know what that is, it's there. Go find it. It's the first link in the description box. It's not very far. It's not hard to find. Okay. So it's $24.24. Make sure you email me with your name and your date of birth and that you ordered this. That's what you're sending me the money for. And I will likely get it out to you within 48 hours of you placing the order. Sometimes I can get it out faster. It really does depend on what my schedule is like. And if it's a day that I'm booked too much, I may not get to it until a few days later. But I will send you a confirmation email once I've received it to let you know that I've got it and that I will be working on it. Now, for those of you who maybe haven't had this before, the way that it works, once you do that, I do your order. It is on video, just like this. It will be a lot. It will be faster. It won't be so slow paced. I went slow so that everybody can understand what's going on. Your video will probably be about 15 minutes. So once I do the video for you, I upload it to YouTube privately, and then I send you a link, and then you can access that link and watch the video as many times as you want. No one else can see it but me and you, because or anybody that you send the link to. So I won't share it with anybody, but that's up to you. If you choose to share it with a friend, you absolutely can. That's your business. I can tell you that the last year when I did several of these, they were very successful. A lot of people went back and rewatched every month what was coming up, and the majority of what was predicted happened for them individually. I'd have to say 90% or more. So it is an interesting snapshot of what you can expect for the upcoming year. With all that said, thank you for hanging out with me. Check out the memberships, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave a comment, all the good stuff. And I'll see you guys soon enough. Bye.